In this EC2 tutorial for beginners, we are going to learn about EC2 more, and we are going to learn about the EC2 pricing models. So first of all, I would like to welcome you on my channel DevOps Molvi, and I hope that you're doing great today. So by the way, we have covered a lot of concepts about the instance pricing models like spot requests, saving plans, reserved instances, dedicated hosts in our AWS Certified Cloud Practitioner course. You can see that I have opened this playlist, and I have covered almost all these core concepts of EC2 and how EC2 different instance types and pricing models differ a lot. So in the previous labs, you know that we launched on demand instances, right? So like you can see on my dashboard, this instance is on demand. So when you need the compute capacity, you just go to the launch instances button and you can launch as many instances as you want. Okay, but if you have steady workload and if you want to reserve the compute capacity for at least 1 or 3 years, then we have savings plans, we have reserved instances, we have also spot requests, and the core purpose is to save as much money as we can. And by the way, guys, luckily we have already covered every concept in our this lecture, in which I told you that what are reserved instances. These are suited for steady state workloads or ones with predictable usage and offer you up to a 70%, 75% discount. So you can see that now these are all different pricing models. Okay, and by the way, guys, you just know the core difference. We are not going to reserve any instance, we are not going to buy any savings plans instance or spot instance. But since uh, as a solutions architect, it is one of our core responsibilities to know the difference, to recommend the most suitable instances to our organization, to our team. And that's why for short term and irregular workloads that can be interrupted, we can launch on demand instances. And the drill is almost the same. We have covered it multiple times, and I hope that you know how we can launch the on demand instances. These instances can run continuously until we explicitly stop them ourselves, and we just have to pay for what we use because they work on pay as you go model. And we can reserve the capacity for up to 1 or 3 years, and we can get a ridiculously amazing discount of 75%. But you have to commit for at least 1 year or 3 years. Okay, so when you are going to commit with AWS that I'm going to use this capacity or this instance for at least 1 year non-stop, then you're going to enjoy 75% of the discount. And similarly, guys, in this savings plans, we can also get a lot of discount. Okay, and the core purpose, as I told you, that is to save as much costs as possible. And these are for steady workloads. I know that my dev virtual machine or QA virtual machine is going to run for the next 1 or 3 years, right? And I'm going to get this project, I have this huge project, and I will definitely need compute capacity for 1 year or 3 years. And I am going to launch dev or QA or sandbox instances for the next 1 or 3 years, then definitely I will go for the savings plans or reserved instances so that I can get the cheaper instances and I can save the costs as much as possible. And similarly, guys, we have spot instances which are ideal for workloads with flexible start and end times, and they can also withstand interruptions, and AWS can terminate them whenever they want. But you can see we can get up to 90% off of on-demand prices. Okay, for instance, if the monthly price of an on-demand instance is $100, then for the same instance in spot instances we can get it up to 10 to 15 or 20 US dollars. So that is how the price difference works in spot instances and on demand instances. But in on demand instances, it is our choice and we have the authority to stop or start or terminate or reboot the instances. But in spot instances, only AWS can terminate the instances whenever they need the compute capacity back. So that is why it is for those workloads that can withstand interruptions. Okay, so we have dedicated hosts which are physical servers, and then we can launch them here. So you can see all these instance pricing models here in savings plan. Okay, for instance, if I am going to get this plan, savings plans are flexible pricing model that offer low prices on EC2, Fargate and Lambda usage in exchange for a commitment to a consistent amount of usage measured in dollar per hour. I mean, it can be $3 or $4 per hour for a 1 or 3 year term. So this is actually the important part, that we have to commit for 1 or 3 years term, right? So for instance, savings plan allow you to easily reduce your bill by making a commitment to compute usage, for instance $10 per hour, instead of making commitments to specific instance configurations or compute services. So these are actually for those workloads then that can run for 1 or 3 years, and we must get these instances so that we can get the minimum price for this compute. And if I click on purchase savings plan, the process is literally simple, and then we can ask AWS that we need this instance for 1 year or 3 years. Then here we can purchase a savings plan, and if I click on this button, now here I have to tell them applies to EC2 instance usage, AWS Fargate and AWS Lambda service usage regardless of region, instance family. And here I have to select the term 1 year or 3 years. So I don't have any other choices. So it is actually for 1 or 3 years minimum. And then we can select the payment option. Okay, partial upfront or no upfront or all upfront, that is actually our choice. For instance, I want to pay 50% upfront, then I can select this one and I can select the amount. Okay, and the date from which I am going to start, okay, here, and time. So that's how these saving plans work, and I can get the instance for 1 or 3 year terms. So here in billing and cost management, we can purchase the savings plan. And similarly, it works for the spot requests here, and spot instances are those instances that can withstand any interruption, that can be terminated anytime. So here I can also request or create spot fleet request. Okay, and then I can save a lot of amount from here. For instance, if I click on create spot fleet request, then I can manually configure the launch parameters, or I can have a launch template so that I can get the instances here. For instance, if I want to have Windows instance or Linux or Amazon AMI, okay, like we have these AMIs, Neuron, or for AI workloads we have NVIDIA driver. So these are all AMIs that can be created using the spot requests. So these instances can be interrupted by AWS when they want their compute capacity back. So I can request, for instance, 5 instances, and then I can set maximum costs for spot instances here. So the network and the rest of the configurations are almost the same that we did for on demand instances. So guys, here this would be the actual hourly price, and then I can launch the instances using spot requests. But since uh, for our AWS Solutions Architect Associate, we just know the core concepts. We just know the concepts behind these different pricing models of EC2 instances. Similarly, we have dedicated hosts, which are physical AWS servers. Like we can buy them from other hosting providers, but I can get dedicated physical server from AWS using dedicated hosts. And also I can have capacity reservation is also the same thing like savings plan, where I can reserve the compute capacity for 1 or 3 years. Okay, create on demand capacity reservation, purchase capacity blocks for machine learning, and capacity assurance without long-term commitments. So for instance, if I click on get started, I can then get selected the instance type, okay, the platform Linux, the availability zone, and then number of instances that I want to have, okay, 1 or 2, like 4, and then I can go. So capacity reservation starts immediately, and then I can also select the capacity reservation end date when I want to end this capacity reservation. So the core purpose of reserving the compute capacity is also to save the costs, and we can reserve compute capacity for our instances in any specific availability zone for any duration. And then we have these instance types. So you must know that there are around 1000 plus different instance types. Like we can launch T2 micro, T2 nano, T2 large, T2 medium, and then we have memory optimized, we have GPU optimized, we have storage optimized. So all of these instance types are here, then that can be used for our different workloads. So these are all instance types, but being students, we should not launch heavy instances like this one. You can see the memory is 976 GB, and this is actually the 30 vCPU virtual machine, and it is X1E.8 X large. So it is a very heavy instance, and it is going to cost us a lot of AWS bill or credits. And being students, if I want to learn AWS Solutions Architect course, then I must be using T2 micro or T2 nano instances, because I just want to know the drill, because the drill is almost the same for all instances, whether we want to launch compute, storage, or memory optimized instances. The drill is almost the same. So that's it for today, guys, and I hope that you know the difference between these instance pricing, their models, and what each instance pricing model is used for. Like we have spot requests, we have saving plans, we have reserved instances, and dedicated hosts. In the next chapter, we are going to cover about Amazon machine images and AMI catalog, because EC2 is one of the most crucial and important services in every organization. That is why my plan is that I should not leave any of EC2 option, like any module of EC2, so we can learn everything of EC2. So we are going to learn about Amazon machine images in our next chapter. Have a good one, and bye.